Hey everybody, it is Cheryl from Tutoring with Cheryl, and I wanted to talk to you about your policies and why your policies are so important. This seems like a no-brainer, right? You're a tutor that either meets in person or you're a tutor that works online, or maybe you do both. And you're thinking, maybe you're just starting. You could just be starting, or you could be somebody who's like me, who's been doing this for over 6 years, but I have 4 years under my belt as an independent private tutor, and I've learned so much along the way. Well, again, it's happening where I have some kids and some families that they're just not showing up for their lessons, and that's no fault of their own. Um, there's things that are beyond their control that they just can't show up for the lesson. So let's talk about, what are you going to do if you hop online and you're expecting to meet with these kids. I actually had two issues today. Today is June 10th, and I did not teach the first week of June because we had some personal things in our lives that we wanted to take care of. And then I just started back with my summer hours, which for some people, I'm changing from an evening time to a morning time. Now, my system is in place where they get an email and a text message to remind them that they have a lesson. But my emails and my texts don't go to the kids, they go to the parents. And my parents are working during the day. So that's the first thing that I have to overcome, is how to get a hold of the kids, because I have to go through the parents. And if the parents are nurses or doctors or working on a factory line or something like that where they don't have their phone handy, well, then I might just not have, I just might not be able to get a hold of the parent at that time. So I have to do a really good job of communicating. So I woke up this morning to a text message. Well, I was already up, and I was in the shower, and I got out and I saw this text message, and I was like, oh, I had sent this parent a reminder that I was meeting with their child this morning at 9:30. Well, this was at 8:30, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I worked all night. I need more rest. Can I reschedule?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I can do that. Today I can." Normally my policy is I need 12 hours notice, but again, I'm changing my time. She's only meeting with me twice a month, and that's different than what we've done before. So if I can make it work, I'm going to make it work, because they prepay for their lessons with me and I want to give really good service. Okay. She's kind of an anomaly with the people that I work with, because most of the people I work with meet with me like 2 or 3 times a week, or they meet with me twice a week for an hour each time. So it just depends on the needs of the students. And so I was like, okay, I need to be very gracious to her because she works nights, and that's got to be a miserable existence. So not a problem. So I sent her back a message and I said, yes, I can reschedule to 4 o'clock today. Now, why did I choose 4 o'clock today? Well, number one, I want to get the lesson done today. Tomorrow I'm booked solid, so I don't have any time to do it, which means that I would have to carry that lesson over to next week. And number two, I thought, well, if she's going to sleep, she should be up by this afternoon. So let's go for 4 o'clock. Now, if 4 o'clock doesn't work for her, I'll go at 5 o'clock. So that I didn't give her that option, but I'll say, that's okay. I'm available at 5. And then I'm just going to leave it at that, because she asked for a reschedule. And then after that point, I'll have to decide if I want to carry it over or not. So I'm giving her options, right? So that was the first thing that happened. Communication is key. Giving people a lot of grace, especially if you've made the changes. You need to be really supportive to them and being understanding. So I'll talk to her and find out if that will work later on today. Number two, I was sitting in my lesson and I had a student that is a 7th grader going into 8th grade. He's 13 years old, going to be 14, and he didn't show up to his lesson. Now, I happen to have his phone number, but I will never reach out to him first. I will always contact the parent first. So I'm in the lesson. I send an email reminder to the mom. I'm sure she's at work or she's sleeping, because she also works at the hospital, local hospital. And so I'm like, well, I didn't get any information there. So now what do I do? So then I sent her a text message. I don't hear. And so then my last resort was to text message the student. Then he says, oh, sorry, I overslept. And so he pops into the meeting immediately, but he just woke up. And I'm like, well, you know what? Why don't you give yourself, I'll meet you back here in 5 minutes. You get yourself something to drink, kind of wake up a little bit, and we'll get started. And he did just fine. And he did apologize, but he had had a baseball game. So he was tired. And so I understand that, because my kids went through the same thing. Now, if that was happening all the time, we would have to have a talk. So at the end, I just said, Could you put a reminder on your phone to remind yourself that your time with me is on Wednesdays at 10:30 a.m.? He goes, yeah, I'm really sorry. I'll do that. And so it's okay. So when we're thinking, how do we handle it when we don't get students there on time? It takes legwork on our end. And you have to decide, is this a transitional season in your business, or is this continually happening? So something else that I do is, if there's a no show, and I might have already said this, so I'm sorry if I'm repeating myself, is if they're not in the meeting by 10 minutes, they're billed for the lesson. And the parents know that. So knowing that, there's some urgency to get to the meeting or to let me know in advance. So they don't want to be late. They want to, they need to be to the meeting, or else I bill it and I don't reschedule it, because I'm like, I have my whole day set up for your child, and they know that consistency counts. So as long as they're going to get a hold of me and communicate with me, then I don't really get too worked up about it, unless I don't have any other way to reschedule, because my parents value me, they value my time, they value my services, they they want their kids to work with me, so they're really, really good about showing up. So if you are struggling, and whatever season it happens to be for you, and for me, it just happens to be I'm rolling over from my winter season to my summer hours to accommodate for baseball, softball, soccer, swimming lessons, all that. And we're trying to do more of a morning approach. Just know that that's probably going to happen, and you need to be okay with it, because you are offering a service. Think about hairdressers, people who are in the service industry. I can't come up with, of course, right now I can't think of any, but normally I can. If there's somebody who sets appointments, your eye doctor, your dentist, they run into this all the time. And so then you just have to say, well, that's okay, or I'm going to bill you. And if you're going to bill them, then they're going to show up. So put that into your policies, and I hope that this helps you have a successful tutoring business. Now, if you're new here and you just found me, I've rolled my Tech Hub for Tutors over into a course that you can get access to. And so I'm just going to quickly share my screen with you before I log off, so that you can see it and where to find it. So my business is called Tutoring with Sheryl, and I specifically support readers, writers, and spellers. But my course for tutors will actually work for anybody, okay? But it is heavy on the literature side. So when you come over to my website and you click on courses, I have a course for parents about raising a confident reader. And if you're a tutor and you're just getting started, I've got a shorter course called Techniques for Setting Up a Successful Tutoring Business that will help you set up, launch, and manage a thriving private tutoring practice. Whatever you are supporting, this will help you. It is a virtual self-paced course. You to get started with either in-person or online tutoring. You have lifetime access to the course materials. You get a step-by-step method for teaching your lessons, managing your notes, and billing your clients. So this provides you with a pathway forward with your marketing plans and ideas for sharing your messages. And when you sign up, within the first 30 days of purchase, you get a free 1-hour power hour with me, so that I can help you problem solve anything that's going on. So it's pretty simple. You just simply click the button and purchase the course. If you are a seasoned tutor and you're looking for methods for managing your tutoring business, I have changed the Tech Hub for Tutors over to Managing a Successful Tutoring Business course. And this is not only a virtual hub, but it's a place to connect with other tutors. You'll have access to the resources found in the hub for 6 months. You get to discover the ins and outs of running your private tutoring business by tutoring in person or online, website development, creative marketing strategies, collaborations to grow your business, digital whiteboards, and more, access to virtual trainings that I've done, how to launch a live course. You'll learn Facebook, Instagram, meta management, how to grow and reach your audience with YouTube, and how to create and use an email list. It is available 24 hours a day, so that you can learn at any time of the day, and you can simply click the link to proceed. So I wanted to make sure that you knew that those options were available to you. And so that's really all I have for you guys today. I hope that you go out and continue to have that thriving tutoring business that you want. And if you need support, you know where to find it.